Created in 1939, the famous Wizard of Oz hit theaters and has remained in our tin hearts ever since. Proof that a pair of ruby red slippers and the yellow brick road can lead to the most memorable and famous adventures in movie history. Now hold on. What makes it so memorable? Today we're going to talk about the Wizard of Oz impact on society. Let's get into it. Now let's be honest, I think everybody knows what the Wizard of Oz is. It's a cult classic within every American home. But if you need a little bit of a reminder, the film is a story about Dorothy, a farm girl from Kansas, who gets into a little bit of commotion with her neighbor. And after that, she gets swept away in a storm with her dog Toto and lands in the mysterious world of Oz. She slowly collects an entourage of characters as she follows the yellow brick road down to the Emerald City, where she finds an all-powerful wizard who can maybe send her home. I always grew up thinking that The Wizard of Oz was the first movie to use color. I am completely wrong. Although it wasn't the first to use color, it was the first to use Technicolor within its storytelling. Victor Fleming used Shia P. toned and monochrome film in order to portray Kansas as boring and bland, and it slowly transitioned into the bright and colorful world that Oz was, kind of pulling you from the ordinary and the magical, creating that stark contrast that it needed. It created cinematic magic with its more vibrant and natural looking colors. It also gave directors a way to use emotion and symbolism. Now it's a staple within the movie industry to use color as a way to tell stories. It was so revolutionary at the time because there were so few movies that used color. It allowed the viewer to kind of escape from the black and white film that they had always watched into this magical world where they can get sucked into the movie. Nowadays, everybody loves The Wizard of Oz. However, when it originally came out, there were some mixed reviews. And I think this is mainly because it differentiated from the book. And it was scary. I don't blame them. That witch is freaking scary, especially for kids. Oh my god! But, yeah. Its impressive work grew admiration, especially from Judy. Hi, Judy. No, not Judge Judy. Judy Garland! Yeah, her. Love her. The Wizard of Oz became a cult classic within the film world, not only because of its groundbreaking use of Technicolor, which we have talked about, but also because of its themes of self-discovery, home, and triumph over evil. The song Over the Rainbow is the best example of this. This song became a beacon of hope and escapism, especially for World War II soldiers. It offered them promise of peace and better days. Its annual broadcasts shared throughout the generations, making this book-turned-movie into a all-time classic. It also incorporated themes of the American dream, populist politics, and consumerism. Specifically talking about populist politics, that's a tongue twister. There are many different examples of this throughout the movie, but I will only be talking about the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. The Scarecrow represented Midwest farmers who felt like they never had the brains or the powers in the industrial age. The Tin Woodman represented the dehumanization of factory workers, longing for heart and empathy within a merchandised world. And lastly, the Cowardly Lion, one of my favorites. He represents the populist leader William Jennings Bryan, who lacked the courage or effective strategy to deliver real courage to the common people. There are many more parallels, and if you're really interested, go click the link below. There's a bunch there and it'd be really fun to read. As I stated before, The Wizard of Oz changed the movie industry, using color in general, but also using it for your storytelling and emotions. But it didn't just stick to movies, it moved into other genres of media, like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and BioShock. Both display this technique beautifully. However, to keep this video short, I will not be summarizing them both. You can pause the video and go look up a summary real quick. I'll be here waiting. Spider-Man's use of color is showed within the character's emotions, as well as the character arc. Specifically within Gwen Stacy's world, the use of blues and pinks show her mental turmoil, as well as her relationship with her father.
Say, do punk rock to give your old man a hug.
And BioShock, on the other hand, uses blues and greens in the environment. This allows them to create a distant world that feels very muted and old and isolated and decayed, but they also use red for Adam, and the Adam within the Little Sisters. This is to help push the story forward, to show that within the plot, these things are very important. And if you looked it up, it's very important. Both use color in very different ways, however, they both push the story forward, whether it's with emotion or the environment. Both vibrant examples like these have been influenced by The Wizard of Oz to use color to push their story forward. And without it, I don't know where we'd be today. It's very interesting to see after this how many stories actually do use color within their storytelling. It conveys emotions in ways that black and white just can't. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll make more. We'll see. We'll see how this video goes. And until then, see ya.